On this episode of Car Warriors, it's East Coast versus West Coast as two legendary car builders compete head-on for the first time ever to rebuild a Cutlass S coupe.
And I'm getting my ass handed to me. There's something missing.
I'm not giving up until the very last second.
I'm Jimmy Shine, and I hold several land speed world records. I also run the best speed shop in Southern California. For me, it's all about style and power. I have searched for the best custom car builders in the country to take on my challenge. Create the ultimate automotive transformation in just 48 hours. Starting with 2 mystery cars, all right, a dream collection of parts, and with the help of my 2 lead mechanics, Brad Fanshaw. He's been customizing cars for 25 years, winner of both Ford and GM Design Awards, and is the owner of Bond Speed Wheels. And Ray McClellan. He's the owner of Full Throttle Customs, specializing in tuning street machines that have in excess of 1,000 horsepower. They'll have just 48 hours to transform their cars from scrap
Part right there.
to showroom. The winner gets to keep their car. But first, they need to impress me. My shop, my rules. Nobody quits in this shop. It's time to gear up for battle. This is Car Warriors.
For this battle, from San Francisco, California, Celebrity Customs.
I'm sure the other team knows who I am. If they read the magazines or watch TV, they know the name John DiAgostino. They know I build custom cars. I picked this team, Celebrity Customs. They're very young. They're very talented.
I've been working with John for about 6 years now. He's built some of the nicest cars in the industry. He's known for what he does.
I have a very hands-off approach.
You know, he's very lenient with us because he knows in the end we're going to get the job done.
Celebrity Customs is going to win this competition. I guarantee it.
And their opponent on the blue side, from Fort Myers, Florida, Ireson Motorsports.
My name's Paul Ireson. I live in Fort Myers, Florida. I've got the best team, I've got the best guys, we do some crazy stuff. I've lived in America for the last 16 years. My son Nick, he works for me at the moment. He's not a partner, but he will be.
Open sesame!
Everything I learned that really means anything to me, I learned from my dad. We blow people away when they see what we do.
We do outrageous things to Mini Coopers. My guys work hard, they know what they're doing, and we're confident. We've got the best team.
Gentlemen, welcome to Car Warriors. You guys are going to have 48 hours to build these cars that I've selected for you. Since time management is the hardest part of this competition, I'm going to give you a little bit of help. My lead techs. Come on out.
Each team has been randomly assigned a lead technician. For this build, Ray has been assigned to assist the blue team, and Brad has been assigned to assist the red team.
All right, you guys ready to see these cars? Ray, Brad, please. Well. 2 1972 Oldsmobile Cutlass.
That's what I'm talking about.
The Oldsmobile Cutlass S Coupe was the top seller among the Cutlass line in the late 60s and early 70s, featuring unique trim, bucket seats, and a 4-barrel version of the V8 engine.
As always on Car Warriors, the first team to get their car on the lift, original engine out, placed in the box in front of their hoist, they're going to have their choice from one of these 2 motors. The first motor, 350 small block, makes over 400 horse. That's formidable. The second motor, it too is a small block, 383 stroker, makes over 500 horse. All right, guys, 48 hours on the clock. The competition starts now.
Come on, red team. Let's go. Come on, get in there.
We have to win this challenge, period.
All right, come on.
We want a bigger motor.
Back it up.
Forward, talk to me, guys, talk to me.
Turn.
No, go forward.
We had to win that motor challenge. There's no way that we were not taking that 383 stroker.
Okay, now crank it hard.
Break it hard. Towards me. Keep going. Perfect. Straight.
It's like a buffalo or something chasing you down.
9/16?
Is it 9/16?
Get a 5/8 too.
Come on, guys. Got to get some guys up here going.
This engine challenge is crazy. We're not in our shop. We're trying to find the tools we need. We can't find them. That's bringing us behind.
Jump up there.
Get that piece out of here. Sure. Don't drop that. It's cut. Don't worry about it.
Okay, it seems like these guys are really hauling ass right now. They need to be mindful of what they're doing. Anything they take off of this car, they might not be able to get it in the aftermarket. So be very careful with things such as radiators, hoses, specialty fittings and such. If they've got it on the car, they need to be very mindful of it and not damage it.
Needle nose pliers.
Drop the fan, yes. Try to pliers quickly.
You know, we take the engine out fairly often, and we do it fairly quick, but not like this. This is crazy.
Right here. Right here on the head.
You guys checked all of the connectors, throttle cable, transmission kickdown.
All right, 16 minutes into this competition, and it's anybody's race right now. You know, it's chaos, and it's almost just to the point of panic.
Hey, can we go down?
Come on. No. I can't find the hole.
Another one? Another 9/16. Can I please have it?
These guys take this competition to heart.
Okay, we want to get these as short as possible. In the back of the head.
Okay, it looks like they got the hoist and the leveler going in right now. Maybe these guys are catching up.
Seconds after Celebrity Customs moved their cherry picker into place to pull their engine, Ireson Motorsports is also prepping to remove theirs.
We need to tighten up these chains a bit. Let's do this. They're getting it out. Go! The exhaust is holding us up, and we were trying to get it out of there, but we kept breaking blades. At this point, it's 2/3 of the way cut. We're trying to bend the pipe and get the motor out.
Over by the red team side of the garage, Celebrity Customs has their own share of problems with their engine.
Transmission kickdown.
What do you need?
That's a vacuum line.
No. It's a line. I can't see.
This is a vacuum line right here.
Right here. You see this one right here? Right here. Right here. See my fingers?
It was a throttle kickdown cable. I can't find the bolt to it. Flipping out. I got to get this bolt off.
That's got to come. Guys, we got to have it out.
Dude, we got this.
Pull. As it gets out, we'll find it.
Go.
I can't even. Okay, don't worry about it. Get out from underneath there. Get out. Go. Yeah. Come on, guys. Pull.
I've never seen this race this close. No way.
Build it out. Come on. Go.
Oh, yeah. East Coast, baby. East Coast. In the box. Okay. East Coast. Yeah, Fred. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there, gentlemen. Ireson Motorsports. Whoa. Cables, you know?
I've never seen that close ever.
Cable, that's it.
All right, looks like our motor challenge has been won. Congratulations, Ireson Motorsports. I mean, that was the most nuts competition I've ever seen. You guys won the motor challenge, so I've got 2 motors. Choose.
383.
383.
After we won the challenge, we knew what engine we wanted. We wanted the big motor. Gorgeous engine. Absolutely beautiful. We want this thing to go.
Gentlemen, okay, here we go. Parts cage is now open.
In the Car Warriors parts cage, there's everything that these teams need to build their cars. Transmissions, coil springs, suspension kits, steering wheels, and a wide selection of hand-cooked tires.
Hankook are great tires. They're great in the dry, they're great in the wet. It's going to be a good choice for the car, especially being a heavy car. It's going to make it easy to control it. There's going to be slightly wider in the back to give you a sportier look to the car.
Now that both teams have selected the parts they need, it's time to focus on the 4 essential elements of building a car. Engine and transmission, suspension, body and paint, and interior. With Ireson Motorsports pulling their engine first, they've taken the lead.
I want to talk a little bit about what ideas you guys have for the build.
Actually, when we're talking about interior, we're planning on a console between the seats.
Sounds good. paint job has to be really crazy. You guys got to bring it there.
I'm going to come down the side of the body with a chrome tribal. It's going to look like a chrome bumper because I'm going to do reflections and all that in it. With a hot rod theme, maybe some welders coming out with sparks, maybe a torch with some flames, in the color theme that we're going to stick with.
With Ireson Motorsports focusing on a hot rod look for their Oldsmobile, Celebrity Customs finishes up the plan for their car.
So Mike, on the interior.
I just scored a couple bucket seats over there, take that bench seat out. Got some bright colors for accents, lighter colors to match any of the colors that we use to paint the car.
Okay.
And make it pop with the outside.
Paint. What are you guys thinking about doing there as far as colors?
Some kind of orange pearl base coat with a black bottom, possibly some silver. Two-tone, yeah, or charcoal
Okay,
base.
so we're going to do a pearl tangerine with a black base.
Yeah.
Okay, and then some gray and silver graphics, right?
Yeah.
After their design meetings, both teams begin to strip their cars and build furiously.
Still got to go all the way into the box. That's part of the rules.
After the closest engine challenge in Car Warriors history, Celebrity Customs finally pull their engine and begin the difficult task of prepping their engine compartment.
Dude, you need to take that plasma and blow that bolt out of there.
I was leaning over the fender. I was cutting on it with a cutoff wheel. Steve was plasma cutting the charcoal canister.
Fire! 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 The fire extinguisher!
Coming up, one team struggles.
Dude, I'm getting my ass handed to me, Fred. He's got the back seat done already.
While the other team takes it too lightly.
These cigarette breaks are going to kill us.
Right now, you're just wasting time.
The 48-hour competition is underway. The team from Fort Myers, Florida, Ireson Motorsports, won the engine challenge in a tight race, while the team from San Francisco, California, Celebrity Customs, has accidentally ignited a fire under their car.
Fire! 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 Get the fire extinguisher!
I think losing the engine challenge kind of got in their heads a little bit because they're being careless, they're kind of sporadic, they're all over the place. That's how the fire started, because they weren't watching what they were doing. Well, they got to get in a groove. Hey guys, any kind of bolts we took off the car or take off the car, you see that open drawer?
Yeah.
Throw them in there, then we always know where they're at. After 30 hours, when our eyes are like that, we'll know where they're at, okay?
While Celebrity Customs gets organized, on the blue team side of the garage, Ireson Motorsports shifts their focus to installing a firewall inside the engine compartments.
So I want a real nice template from there. We'll go around there, chuck it up right tight to there. I made a metal panel, welded it in. I just needed a bit of filler to go around the edge. So I'm inside the hood, didn't want to get out. Nick was walking by. He knows all about filler, Nick, my son. So he gave me some filler, and he gave me the hardener as well, separately. So I thought he'd already put the hardener in. So I just put it on. All right, go back, do something else for another 10 minutes. Go back, still tacking. Oh, bollocks, he didn't put any hardener in. He left the hardener there, but he didn't tell me. Oh,
So we end up having to scrape that all off, wipe it down with some acetone, and start over.
it's not going off.
Set us back a good half hour at least.
While Ireson Motorsports redoes the filler on their firewall, Celebrity Customs has now shifted to their interior.
Right now I'm making the center inserts for the seats and transferring my pattern at this point in time. A little heavy chalk on the top piece, transfers right over to the bottom piece.
Over by the blue side of the garage, Ireson Motorsports tries to keep pace with Celebrity Customs on the interior section of the build.
Dude, I'm getting my ass handed to me, Fred. I hate to admit it, but I am.
Whoa, how about this? Don't worry about him.
He's got the back seat done already. I mean, he took lots of shortcuts. I'll have the front seats done in maybe an hour. So I'm not giving up, dude.
While Celebrity Customs is surging ahead on the interior, Jimmy checks in with Ray and Ireson Motorsports.
Any areas you think that will be problematic? I mean, it's going pretty smooth or what?
It's going pretty smooth so far. They really want to give the guys a lot of time with the paint and airbrush. So if we stay on track and get this thing fired up by midnight, then into the paint booth by, say, 1 or 2, then we should be pretty golden.
On the other side of the garage, Jimmy now checks in with Brad and Celebrity Customs.
I'm trying to give him over a couple hurdles. Trying to get him now in the paint booth with the underside of the hood because at that point they're committed. That's the color they're going, and that's where we're at. And then we're working on this firewall, getting that done so that that can be all welded shut, smoothed up, and then they can start moving on to, getting the motor placed in.
It's getting these guys in there and just getting them in a groove. I'd like to see these cars, made into something really cool.
After talking to Jimmy, Brad meets with Johnny about getting his team focused on the build.
We're on our third cigarette break.
Oh, God.
Our fifth break total.
Oh, God. These cigarette breaks are going to kill us. I got to have a good talk with them.
It's slap stuff together, then go have a cigarette. They don't seem to care what they're doing. If you don't care what you're doing, how do you build anything that's any quality? Here's what we got to do. You got to look at what you're doing. Right now, you're just wasting time. You're wasting effort going back and forth, just running around like chickens with your heads cut off.
I know Brad thinks we're joking around way too much, but this is just how we work. All of us work together. We've known each other for a long time, and that's how we get through these builds, because otherwise you're going to go nuts.
So the way you win on this competition is quality and time management, okay?
While Brad tries to focus Celebrity Customs, Ireson Motorsports has caught up with their interior, putting them in a virtual tie.
One of the things that Ireson Motorsports has become known for is our fiberglass work and our interiors, crazy interiors, which I actually do all of those. So I'm definitely feeling the pressure on this one to come up with something impressive.
How you doing, Matt?
Good. I'm thinking about doing away with this entirely. We're going to work in a whole new set of gauges. We're going to fiberglass this all up. We're going to cover this top part with vinyl. We're actually going to take the whole dash out. I'm going to get in there, and I'm going to foam the living out of it, and then I'm going to, and then whoop, and it'll be good. Whoop, whoop.
Coming up.
We're just in complete mayhem. I literally couldn't find any fleece anywhere in the shop. I don't have any fleece, and I can't use foam.
Brad battles with his own team.
I'm pushing them to do the job. They're pushing back with fun and games.
Come on, Freddie.
I'm getting frustrated.
Just over 13 hours into the build, both teams are working furiously. Celebrity Customs is on fire, but not in a good way. While Ireson Motorsports faces a game-changing setback on their interior.
I wanted to make something really cool out of fiberglass, some contoured panels, some stretched fleece. I don't have fleece and I can't foam it. I guess it is what it is, though. We got to work with what we got.
Without the fleece, Nick is forced to come up with a new strategy for his dash. But this is taking up a lot of time.
It cost us 4 hours. That's 4 hours that we don't have to spare.
Paul finally decides to see what's holding him up.
I don't have any fleece and I can't use foam.
Well, what about steel? We've got loads of steel. Steel, you can bend it to the shape.
Okay.
Frustrated, Nick gives in and takes his father's advice.
The plan is that we're going to use sheet metal for it instead of fiberglass, which was the original plan. Basically, this is a contingency plan.
While Ireson Motorsports finally moved forward on their interior, Celebrity Customs has surged ahead and is about to drop in their engine.
Let's get this in.
Celebrity Customs discovers a potentially game-changing setback.
The top of the motor mount sits where?
The top of the motor mount, it's out about an inch from the cross
You could almost get the back bolt in.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We'd encounter a motor mount issue because we're putting a small block Chevy into a Oldsmobile. Okay. I think I know what to do. I think I can fab something up.
Celebrity Customs fabricates their motor mounts, while Ireson Motorsports deals with the same problem.
There's no way these motor mounts are even going to be close. What we need to do at this point is get the cross member in its position, get the transmission to it, get the drive shaft in, and then we'll figure where our motor mounts are going to be. Just cut a piece off like roughly about this long, drill 2 holes, put the motor mount bolt in, and then we can actually set our height wherever we want, notch it out.
After Ray figures out the solution to their motor mount problem, Ireson Motorsports quickly fabricates new mounts for their engine compartment.
We got a shop full of so-called professionals, and I got a Chevy motor going into an Oldsmobile. Now, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out that maybe those motor mounts aren't going to exactly just line up. These are the kind of things that happen when these guys work at this real crazy pace.
Nice job.
Worked out good.
Although Ireson Motorsports found a quick solution, on the other side of the garage, Celebrity Customs isn't as lucky.
Thinking what I'm gonna do? Bolt them up, solid,
And then with all the spacers needed?
The motor mounts always take a while to put in.
We'll weld it in and see what happens.
So we had to resituate the motor mounts by building a plate that we welded to the frame, and that gave us a new position to bolt the new motor mounts to. There you go. Good? Yep.
The motor mounts, you know, we both had that same issue. Our approach seemed to work in 20-30 minutes. Theirs took them about 2.5 hours.
With the motor mount problem behind them, Ireson Motorsports starts painting their hood, while Celebrity Customs falls further behind.
Here, I'm going to smoke. I'll be back. Steve,
We
you're
gotta
going to have to
figure
figure
something
that
out
out.
because we gotta do that. We gotta get that in the booth right now.
I'm pushing them to do the job. They're pushing back with fun and games. I told the guys, I said we could have the best paint job ever in Car Wars history. But if we don't get this motor lit and it doesn't fire up the way it needs to, game over.
I was concentrating more on getting that body straight, dude, and trying to do that fabulous custom paint job. He says, hey, man, we got to step up the pace.
But just so you guys know, most teams have their motor running, suspension on by morning, okay?
Are you serious?
Yeah. You guys are the only guys that are in this condition at this point.
All I want right now is that firewall done so we can put the hood on and put the trunk on and paint this bitch.
Come on, Freddie. While Celebrity Customs pushes to get into paint, Ireson Motorsports is ready to fire their engine.
Should also be ready to turn a distributor if I tell you.
Wheels off the ground.
Fire! Fire! Watch your head. Can't see. Watch your head. Watch your head.
Coming up.
I can't feel anything in this shifter at all.
That's what I was afraid of.
Why the would we throw this away?
Damn it. Because nobody listens.
Back off on the lightning.
No, Lightning, what's your idea? You were going to do it.
There is a whole bunch of stuff you said you were going to do that you didn't do. You're right.
Then all of a sudden I'm supposed to kiss your ass?
With 20 hours remaining, Celebrity Customs pushes hard to get into paint, while Ireson Motorsports deals with a fire in their engine compartment.
Go ahead.
Fire! Watch your head. Watch your head. Watch your head. I can't see what.
They torched all the wires.
There we go. I heard there was a fire! Where's the fire?
We already put it out on your side 6 hours ago.
With the fire out, Ireson Motorsports tries to figure out what caused the engine to ignite.
Just coming out the exhaust.
Get ready, get your hand on that distributor. Only turn it like a little bit if it doesn't sound like it's gonna fire.
A half hour later, Jimmy Shine steps in.
If it's igniting when it's coming out the exhaust,
It's out of time.
okay, so that means your exhaust valve is open. Your timing is too far retarded. You need to put some timing into it.
While Ireson Motorsports readjusts the timing of their engine, on the red side of the garage, Celebrity Customs decides not to fire up their engine and move the car into paint instead.
I told these guys how I would win this competition. Very first thing was to get the motor started. They didn't listen to me. I mean, I don't understand.
Tighten it up a little bit more, please.
On the other side of the garage, Ireson Motorsports has adjusted their timing and takes another stab at firing up their engine.
Here, use this wrench.
That's better. Try that one. Ready for contact? All right, we got it.
Having fired up their engine first, Ireson Motorsports moves ahead in engine and transmission. But Celebrity Customs are ahead in body and paint. After taping their car and painting their jams, Celebrity Customs begin to block sand their car.
How we doing here? What's the plan? What's going on?
We are
About to paint this biatch.
we're trying to 320 block it. Since they DA'd theirs, we want to block ours, see what the difference is.
Yeah?
Block sanding the car is very important. That shows you where the highs and the lows are, where your waves are at. Once you block sand a car, you can basically see a low spot or a high spot. So you basically keep block sanding and filling those problems till it's corrected. That's what we've done. We've done it 4 times. That's what's going to give us an extra edge over the team over there that have not even block sanded the car once.
While Celebrity Customs block sands their car, on the other side of the garage, Ireson Motorsports finally moves their car into paint.
I'm gonna go in the booth and just start airbrushing.
Brakes!
For the next several hours, both teams paint furiously to finish their elaborate color schemes. With their paint job almost done, Paul from Ireson Motorsports checks in with Fred.
Fred had mentioned that he wanted to do lightning bolts here and there. So there was no lightning bolts in it.
Well, are we really having an angry discussion over me not wanting to do lightning? Back off on the lightning, because this thing is done.
He was very happy with what he did, but you always think you can do more.
I really think everybody needs access to the car more than I need to be doing lightning. The sooner we get it cleared, the sooner they can be touching it, putting it together.
With 12 hours remaining, both teams move their cars out of paint at virtually the same time. With body and paint done on both cars, Celebrity Customs and Ireson Motorsports now focus on their suspension.
We ended up tearing it back apart, putting the springs in. We lucked out on this one. We didn't have to cut any coils or anything. It was a nice fit. I think once we get the hood on and everything buttoned up, our ride height's going to be really, really nice.
Over by the red team side of the garage, Celebrity Customs finishes installing their suspension. But Brad can't help but be worried.
It's 5:30.
Yeah, what's your point?
We haven't started the motor. We're on the interior. These guys, they've got a big clock reminding them how long they've got to go. They can't just do it at their leisure.
Hurry up.
Okay, good.
Lowering springs are in.
After completing the suspension, Celebrity Customs must finish installing their automatic transmission.
What are you in, Mike?
Park.
Okay, go down one by one, real slow.
Reverse.
Neutral.
Neutral. Drive.
That's all the way down?
All the way down. I can't feel anything in this shifter at all.
There's something missing. Something major component. Okay, where did that spring go now? Damn it. Stuff keeps moving. We went to put the shifter on. It was gone. And I mean, these are parts you don't replace. They're factory parts, they fit together, they're specialized. You just get pissed because the first thing I said to these guys, hey guys, any kind of bolts we took off the car or take off the car, you see that open drawer? Yeah. Throw them in there, then we always know where they're at. In a nutshell, they were thrown away.
Why the would we throw this away?
I said it 100 times. If a bolt comes off, you put it in your pocket. You put it back in the thing. Now we're beyond belief because nobody listened.
It's gonna be in here somewhere.
It could be the difference between winning or losing.
Coming up, it's the final push.
I'm not giving up until the very last second.
And one team stumbles to the finish line.
There's still no power to the starter.
If this thing doesn't run and drive on its own, it's a fail.
With 10 hours left in the build, the blue team is out of paint and scrambling to install their interior. Meanwhile, the red team is in hot water with Brad, thanks to losing some critical parts.
Now we're beyond belief because nobody listened. We went to put the shifter on. It was gone. And I mean, these are parts you don't replace. Probably got thrown in the trash can. The trash can got emptied earlier today. I'm pissed at these guys because you know what? I feel like I'm staying up all night with them, trying to help them win, and they don't give a Nobody listens.
Brad has been really focused on us staying focused, and Brad kind of lost it, but he finally just made a part.
Using a threaded rod and some lock washers found in the parts cage, Brad manages to fabricate a new part that will allow them to connect their shifter to the transmission. It cost them an hour, but now they're back on track.
Okay, go ahead and try it, bud. All right, Mike, we can adjust this after everything's in. We're good.
Okay, I'm going all the way up.
It's working.
I hope Brad can get over this and move on because we need Brad. Brad is a huge part of getting this car built.
Over on the blue team, Nick built a dash panel out of sheet metal to make up for the lack of fleece.
Unfortunately, the piece that I was trying to make did not work out. But you know what? We're still here to get the car done, so you come up with a contingency plan and just get cracking on it.
After checking the fit, Nick is now able to get a working dash panel going. First, he cuts the sheet metal, then resizes and covers it, and finally fits it with the gauges which will now sit at the right angle. Then Chris must wire the instrument panel to ensure that the gauges work properly.
Now you can't really wire it halfway or try to rush or cut corners because you can end up with a broken connection at the worst possible moment, like in judging, but I'm pretty confident with this.
There are only 3 hours left in the build, and both teams are struggling to finish their cars in time, when suddenly Jimmy stops the clock.
Hey, teams, listen up. I stop the clock, gather round. This one is an interior challenge. This challenge will win your team an extra hour. An hour of build time per team times 7 crew members. That really equates to 7 extra hours. Send them on up. All right, teams, what we've got here are 2 very generic bar stools, perhaps a bit gaudy. The whole object of this competition is to reupholster these any which way you see fit, using anything you have on your side of the shop. You got half an hour. Half an hour, these are back here in these boxes, and I decide who wins. Okay, competition starts now.
All right, my shears are in there.
Here, I'll take this off. Find a grinder with a 2-inch disc.
The challenge is underway. First, the teams must dismantle the stools, then decide how they want to redesign the cushions.
Doing this really cool spade on here. The idea of the black spade on black suede popped right into my head, so I decided that would be something that Jimmy would really love.
The red team is counting on Mike's classic idea, while Jamie from the blue team opts for something more unconventional.
We're about to make a big-ass middle finger cushion.
Jamie came up with the idea of doing a middle finger. And I'm thinking, that's going to be uncomfortable.
Keep in mind when you do hand that to Jimmy, that's a 2-part sales pitch. The seats for him, the fingers for them.
It's classy versus crazy as both upholsterers push frantically to finish their stools. And with less than 3 minutes to go, Mike from the red team puts his chair in the square.
All right, Mike. All right. Red team already has their chair in the box.
Give me that gun. Go. Hurry up.
If you can finish it in time, you got this.
With seconds to spare, Paul from the blue team runs the stool to the scoring box. Jimmy must now test and inspect both seats.
Almost looks like if I was going to a proctologist. Yeah. Yeah. I like the fabric, I like the stitching, but I like this one because it's very ambitious. Would I want to sit on it? Not so much. You guys want an hour.
All right.
All right.
We could use the extra hour, for sure. So I did my best, and we came out on top.
You guys want an extra hour, and that clock starts now.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I feel we got a big break. I mean, we needed that. We were at the end of the road. So that extra 60 minutes could make the difference.
While the blue team takes a break, Celebrity Customs kicks it into high gear, racing to attach their trunk lid, install their interior, and get their engine running.
That's perfect.
They want an extra hour. So what we've got to do in 4 hours is just, it's gonna be close.
While Johnny, Steve, and Rich focus on the exterior,
You're gonna grab this ball right here?
Mike goes to town on the door panels and seats. Jimmy is pleased with the cosmetics.
It's actually starting to look like a car.
But worried about functionality.
I sure hope this thing runs. Seriously, if this thing doesn't run and drive on its own, it's a fail.
After an hour of waiting, the blue team is restless, and Jimmy has good news.
All right, Team Ierson, their hour is up.
Let's go, guys.
With only 3 hours left in the build, the blue team is in a rush to complete their interior.
This has to be screwed in. It's gonna fall out on his lap. So we gotta pull it out.
I'm not giving up until the very last second. There's no way.
Now, the final hour. The red team still hasn't started their engine.
The engine still doesn't run, and I got 3 guys working on a bumper. Can you feel my pain?
You ready for that power?
Yeah, put the power on. Okay, hold on 1 sec. Okay, nothing.
There's still no power to the starter.
There's something here that's live, because it just grounded out.
If we don't get this motor started, the game's done. We're done.
What's that starter doing? It's not engaging?
With only 40 minutes left in the build, Jimmy steps in.
Yeah, things really loose. Because that's your main power going from your solenoid into the actual starter motor.
It's jumping.
I hate having to step in and work on any of these cars. It just really shows to me that they came here and they weren't prepared. go.
Thank God the engine started. Hooked up, fires, done.
I gotta consider that in my judging. Both cars are running, but you have 5 minutes left.
As the last minutes disappear, both teams bear down on their cars, finishing anything they can.
45 seconds to get trim on.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Tools down, step away from the cars.
Coming up, it's time for Jimmy to test the cars.
Actually got to go a little bit faster than I thought I would have gone. It's really stereotypical. There's no glove box, and there's no gauges. None.
The teams have built furiously for 48 consecutive hours. It's time to see how each car measures up.
We landslided this competition because paint is so important. The paint came out absolutely beautiful.
The red team, they did a great job. They were great guys. But at the end of the day, we're pretty confident that that car's going back to Florida.
The teams may have their own views, but only one man's verdict can determine the victor.
This 48 hours is just killer. There's so many different things to weigh out here. Paint, body, interior, engine bay, design concept. Then I take it out and I test it. I drive it. I want to see how well it accelerates, brakes, handles, steers. It's all going to weigh heavy on Judgment Day.
It's now time to test the blue team, Ireson Motorsports Oldsmobile.
Raining. But you know what? This is a real opportunity today to try out these bare 6-piston brakes and these hand-cooked tires. I'm really curious to see how a low-profile tire with this tread pattern is going to work under these conditions. How do I look?
To test performance, Jimmy hammers each vehicle in a slalom course. The drag test is canceled because of the rain.
Well, that was a lot of fun. The hand-cooked tire's water displacement pattern on the tire, it got the water away and let me still maintain traction. I really enjoyed the braking. I wish the conditions were a little bit drier so I could get after it harder, but it did surprisingly well.
Next up, the sleek and sophisticated muscle car designed by the red team, Celebrity Customs.
Hooray! Once again, it handled quite well. Still maintained traction. Actually got to go a little bit faster than I thought I would have gone. You know, I really put these cars through their paces in this wet, horrible conditions. But I think the cars were really quite comparable. They did about the same.
Now Jimmy returns to the garage to deliver his results.
Ireson Motorsports, Fort Myers, Florida. Got to take this car for a little drive today. And it worked really quite well. But let's talk about the overall design. It's not really my style. Just skulls and flames, it's really stereotypical. I just see it all the time. I've never seen anybody do this. The whole bottom side of this hood, you actually put all these ghost skulls in here. And not only is it done here, but the deck lid as well. I really like what you did, but at the same time, you kind of let the rest of your team down. It's basically 5 guys building this car, and 1 guy has his own private art contest in the paint booth. Jamie, you're one ambitious man. You gave me a complete interior. The dash is done, dashboard cover, everything. Ties the whole car together. Good color choice. Be proud, my friend, be very proud. Collectively, your whole team really works well together. Good to see. Nice. Celebrity Customs, San Francisco, California. Once again, I can't believe this paint job. I mean, you guys really laid it down without even color sanding. I really like it. House of Colors makes some nice stuff. And that's some of the straightest pinstriping I've seen in a long time. But you know what? I think it could have been done a lot faster. I think a lot of other areas of the car kind of suffered. Under the hood, there is no air cleaner. And look at this, there's no fender wells. You guys got your engine started, but I had to help you. Kind of have to take that into consideration in my judging. All right, now let's talk about the interior. That's a lot of work in a short amount of time. I wish everybody would have worked like Mike. The whole interior is done, but there's no glove box, and there's no gauges. None. You guys spend an awful lot of time making jokes and just goofing off. I'm watching Mike work his ass off. I'm watching Brad work his ass off. Brad's my tech. He's here to help you. And I can see the frustration in Brad's eyes. I've never seen any crew goof around as much as I've seen you guys do. But you've accomplished this much in a short amount of time. Be proud of that. Be proud of that. Thanks, Brad, for working with the crew.
Thanks guys.
Thank you,
Ray. All right, man.
Thanks, Ray. As always, excellent job.
Thank you, sir.
Give me a couple minutes. I'll be back here as soon as I can, and we'll have my decision. Thank you.
Yeah, Jimmy.
After 48 hours of insane construction, Jimmy has driven and scrutinized each team's car. The moment of truth has arrived. Jimmy has left to weigh out his judgment. The teams eagerly await the outcome.
That car would look good at the end of a chain for a boat anchor.
It should have a fish tank and a popcorn maker.
He's obligated to make this. He's obligated to go this way. I feel tired but relieved. To build a car like this in 48 hours, it's unbelievable. I mean, I stayed up the whole time. That's why I'm so tired right now. There's a few things missing on the car that we couldn't attend, but I have a lot of strong points with this car, and I think the strong points are going to outweigh the bad.
We did more than them, and they also had an extra hour, all because of my middle finger.
I'm happy with what we did, for sure. I think it was awesome, the fact that he said we worked good as a team. I mean, he said something good and bad about us all, but it was mainly good. 48 hours, you just have time to finish things like you want to finish them off, you know? There was some friction going around.
And all of a sudden, I'm supposed to kiss your ass?
Who's asking you to kiss their ass? But we're confident. I think we've got as good a chance as they have.
Iverson Motorsports, Fort Myers, Florida. Celebrity Customs from San Francisco, California. Gentlemen, it all comes down to this. One team here tonight is going to be going home with a car. Another one won't. Going home with nothing. Now look at these cars. It's pretty amazing. I'm looking at this tangerine car over here to my left. I'll tell you what, that thing's really beautiful. That paint job, the pinstriping, the interior. It almost didn't run. But it did, and it performed well. Real nice vehicle. This blue car to my right, what a transformation that car has made as well. Good stance, performance, interior. You guys worked really well as a team, and that's what this is about. This is an opportunity for teams, for builders to come together and really show what they can do. And I got to make a decision. There's only one winner here today. The Car Warriors, 1972 Oldsmobile Cutlass Challenge. The winners are Iverson Motorsports.
I can't believe it.
You guys, congratulations.
I feel absolutely fantastic. It was 48 hours of hell, but I mean, it was definitely worth it. I'm really proud of my son. He did a good job like the other guys. He's only 23, and he's really getting good at his game.
I gave 110% when we worked on this car. If you're going to represent yourself, you go all the way.
Well, I'm disappointed, but I got to respect Jimmy Shine. He likes to see a complete car, and ours really wasn't complete.
I got to give it to the blue team. The car was more complete. They used their time more efficiently. You know, it's all right to goof around and have fun while you're working, but this 48 hours is no laughing matter. It's not about what you can do. It's about what you actually get done.